Hello, everyone. My name is Genna Campaign, and I am an undergraduate student at UTD. And today I'm going to be talking to you about food deserts in Dallas. So, just a quick overview. First, I'll define food deserts and the problems that are faced by Dallas residents who are currently living in food deserts. Then, I'll discuss the implications of food deserts. Then, I will identify the sustainable development goals that are related to food deserts. As you know, kind of the focus of Digital Earth Week is looking at different topics that relate to the sustainable development goals. So, this will just give you an idea of why we should start to resolve the issues of food deserts. And then I will explore the current policies and community projects that are in place that aim to resolve the problem. So first, what are food deserts? The USDA definition is they're areas with low-income populations that also are more than a mile away from the nearest grocery store. So basically, this means that residents of food deserts are more likely to not have access to a car or to easy transportation. And then they also cannot access grocery stores easily because most people are not able to go walk a mile to the grocery store and bring all of their groceries back by on foot. And so this ends up that people living in food deserts have very limited healthy, fresh, or affordable food options because they tend to have to get their food from restaurants or from gas stations or from corner stores. And um, as you can see from these pictures and just like experience with these type of stores, a lot of time they don't have the healthiest food or they don't have produce. So it can end up being a big problem. In Dallas, there are food deserts kind of all spread throughout the city, but an area that's really been focused on lately is Southeast Dallas because there tend to be a lot of low income minority groups in Southeast Dallas. So that's kind of the focus of a lot of policy coming out of the Dallas City Council and coming out of other organizations. So the problem in Dallas specifically is that many neighborhoods in Southeast Dallas are food deserts, as you just saw in that map. Um, and as I said, these neighborhoods also include low income and minority populations at much higher rates than are living elsewhere in the city. And then they also have higher rates of diabetes and heart disease for mortality from those diseases. And then this is commonly because food desert residents have less access to healthy foods. So this is just to give you kind of a clear idea of what exactly constitutes a healthy diet. This is the USDA public health recommendation. So basically, all of these foods, as you can see, are it's very produce heavy. It's focused on whole grains, kind of unprocessed foods as much as possible. And as you probably have experienced at a gas station, most of these foods are not sold there. So it's very hard to eat as is recommended for a healthy diet if you are living in a food desert and cannot access a grocery store. So the first sustainable development goal that food deserts policy should target is good health and well-being. Because healthy food is essential for a healthy lifestyle, so people who cannot access grocery stores are less able and therefore less likely to make healthy eating choices. So this means that we cannot reach our good health and well-being goals if we don't focus on giving people access to the healthy foods they need for a healthy diet. The second sustainable development goal that this relates to is reduced inequalities. Food deserts cause unequal access to healthy food and the benefits of a nutritious diet. They mean that people who live in certain areas of the city or people who have low income within those areas are not able to access healthy food and therefore eat a healthy diet. And this means those people are more likely to have obesity-related diseases such as diabetes or heart disease. And these diseases can be a significant financial burden. So then you're taking a population that already tends to be low income and adding in a lot of health problems that can be very expensive. So that just tends to perpetuate inequality instead of reducing it. So Dallas has taken a lot of approaches to addressing the food desert problem. Um, Food deserts tend to be a very complicated issue to deal with. So the more kind of local approaches you can have, probably the better. So first, they've looked at grocery store recruitment, basically giving stores money or tax breaks to come into areas that don't have grocery stores. And this has kind of had some success, hasn't been overly successful because food deserts tend to be very underdeveloped in terms of other retail. So a lot of grocery stores are very hesitant to open stores. And then the second option is supporting community gardens and farmers markets. If you've ever been to the Dallas Farmers Market or been to the community garden in Deep Ellum, they're doing well. A lot of people show up. The only problem is it's very limited to people who can either work in the community garden or can afford food from the farmers market. So these are a good community measure for trying to resolve the problem, but there are definitely some larger kind of societal issues that we'll need to address along with providing these local options for healthy food. And then the city has also just helped local food producers receive funding from federal programs. So this just kind of incentivizes people to produce food locally and keep it local. And it's trying to make it to where we don't have to rely on big grocery stores to get produce. Instead, we can get produce from local producers. One alternative solution that other groups have explored are mobile grocery stores. Catholic Charities Dallas and the North Texas Food Bank have just started a program where they offer mobile grocery options to residents of Dallas food deserts, which would look kind of like what you see in the bottom picture. And then there was a project going on for a while at UNT Dallas where they were working on converting a DART bus into a mobile grocery store. So if this could be done on a large scale, that might be a good option. And these have been implemented in other major cities with food desert issues like Chicago. And they've seen some success, so that could be one option for kind of giving people more access to healthy food. The second option is just commercial urban agriculture. So instead of necessarily community gardens, there are privately owned farms that grow food in Southeast Dallas and sell the food there. So Big Tex Urban Farms is a big one. If you've been to the state fair, you might have seen them. They grow food for South Dallas residents. And then Bonton Farms also grows produce and animal products, and they make them available to South Dallas residents. So that's all I have. Thank you for coming to Digital Earth Week and just supporting sustainability. If you are interested in learning more about food deserts, there are lots of great resources on the web. So yeah, thanks for listening.